Hello students, welcome you all. Now we are going to discuss today chapter 7 triangles. So let's know what is a triangle. So in your class 7, 6, 8 you know about the triangles. So again we'll say what is triangle. Triangle is a three-sided polygon. Three-sided polygon. Very simple definition. What is a triangle? Triangle is a three-sided polygon, and you should know what is polygon. A polygon is a closed curve. It is a closed curve made of line segments. Okay, so triangle, what is the definition of triangle? A simple, most simple definition will be a three-sided polygon. Now all of you must have seen the figure of a triangle. This you can see in this figure, triangle ABC. We write, how we write triangle ABC? Triangle ABC. In this way we write. This is the short form of triangle. Triangle ABC. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss about congruency of triangle. So in your class 7 and 8, you know about congruency. When we say two triangles are congruent, when corresponding side, when corresponding sides and corresponding angles are equal. In two triangles, when corresponding parts, or you can say when corresponding, all the corresponding parts are equal, or corresponding sides and corresponding angles are equal, then only say two triangles are congruent. Okay, and there are different type of criterions. Okay, so we will discuss one by one criterions. If you can remember, some criterions were like angle, side angle, side, then there was side, then there was RHS, right angle, hypotenuse and side. Okay, these are the some criterions you have discussed, we have discussed in class 8. Okay, now we are going to just have a recap. Okay, have a relook into all these things. Now you see, we'll discuss about one triangle, this triangle ABC. Okay, here you look at this figure. Here AB side is 4.5. Is there any BC is 4 cm? Sorry, BC is 4 cm and SC is, BC is 5 cm, SC is 4 cm. Now, is there any triangle here in this figure? Okay, who will be same as triangle, this triangle ABC? Look into the all the triangles. Now we will consider all. Here it is a side 4.5, here it is 4.5. Okay, here again 4 cm. Yes, another side is 4 cm, 5 cm, 5 cm. Yes, we can say these two triangles, I triangle and double I triangle, can be congruent. Okay, because you can see three sides are equal here, and here C angle equal to R angle, B angle equal to Q angle, and A angle equal to P angle. So we can say these two triangles are congruent. But writing two triangles as congruent is little bit tricky. Okay, how we can write? Before writing two triangles as congruent, sorry, we should consider the correspondence. Now look at it. A point is corresponding. This is the symbol of correspondence. Okay, this symbol of correspondence. This is what we have discussed in class 8 also. So A point, you can see in this triangle ABC, will correspond to what? P point. So we can write A is corresponding to P. Similarly, B point will correspond to here Q point. Okay, so we can say B will correspond to Q. Similarly, C is remaining here. C will correspond to, you see here, R. Okay, because angle A equal to angle P and angle B equal to angle Q, angle C equal to angle R, and additionally AB is equal to here PQ, AC equal to here PR, and BC equal to RC. Okay, therefore we can say as corresponding all the corresponding parts are equal here. According to correspondence, we will write ABC triangle ABC. Okay, will congruent. So this is the symbol of congruency. Okay, I'll write it here. A equal to sign and a curved line. Okay, this symbol is for congruent. Okay, so we will write. 1 second, I will clear it out. ABC, but triangle ABC congruent to triangle. Here you see A is corresponding to P. So first we have written A. Therefore we will first write P. P for B Q. Okay. So we will write Q. Then again there is C. For C correspondence is R. PQR. So we can say triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR. Okay. And can we say another thing? Can we say triangle ABC congruent to triangle, say PQR, instead of PQR I will write QPR, triangle QPR. Will it be correct? This means A point will correspond to Q point. Look at the figure. Angle A is equal to Q. Is it correct? No. So this will be wrong. Writing the method like this type of writing method will be wrong. So you have to write the congruency. Okay, write the congruent. You have to give the symbol of congruent as per the correspondence. Okay, so first you see which point is corresponding to which point, which side is corresponding to which side, and according to that only we can write the congruency. Okay, that means that must be in right order. First A means A is congruent to P, then we will write first P. Okay, so this is all. Now we will move to the next part, criteria of congruency. Okay, the first criteria we will go to side angle side congruency rule. It is an axiom. You know, I have already told before what is axiom. Axioms are the universal truth, and they don't need any proof. We don't need to prove them. This is an axiom. We don't need to prove the axiom. Okay, but theorem is little different. Theorem, they are also truth. Okay, but we need to prove them. Okay, this is the only difference. Both are truth. Okay, theorem is true, axiom is true, and theorem is also true, but we need to prove the theorem, but we do not need to prove the axiom, because it is universal truth and it is considered as true from very early. Okay, so we don't need to prove the axioms. So now we will consider about an axiom. Axiom 7.1. What is the axiom saying? Side angle side congruency rule. So it is an axiom. We don't need to prove it. Two triangles are congruent if two sides and the included angles of one triangle are equal to two sides and the included angle of other triangle. Okay. So for example, we will look at this figure. Here you can see figure 7.7. In between two triangles, here you see two triangles are there. Two sides you see BA and QP are equal, and BC QR are equal. So two sides of one triangle are being equal with two sides of another triangle, okay, and the included angle. Also you see, included angle means the angle in between, okay, two sides are equal and the angle in between, that means angle, this angle B is equal to angle Q here, 50 degree and 50 degree. In that case we will consider triangle ABC, triangle ABC will congruent, this is a symbol of congruency, will congruent to triangle PQR. Here you must see A is corresponding to P, B will correspond to Q and C will correspond to R, okay. So first I have written A, so that P, B, Q, C, R. So triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR, and the congruency rule is side angle side, okay. So this is the our first axiom. Now taking into consider this axiom, there are some example 1 and example 2. You please go through it. Now we will move to, sorry, now we will move to another type of congruency rules. See, okay, here let us consider two triangle, okay. We have taken two triangle, I have not given, you can give your name A, B, C triangle, and say suppose M and O triangle. Now here what you see, we have taken two sides equal. So suppose AB is equal to MN and BC is equal to UN, okay, and one angle C is equal to angle M. Now here you see two sides are equal, okay, and one angle is also equal. Can we call them congruent? No, because our congruency rule of axiom 7.1, what it was saying, two sides of one triangle and the angle included, but here you see two side AB and BC, angle included must be angle B, but we are not taking the included angle, we are taking an angle outside, okay. Therefore we can't say it is an side angle side congruence, we can't say, because we are not considering an angle included in between the equal two sides, okay. Here you can see also MN and NO, the included angle must be angle N, okay. If angle N is equal to angle B, then only we can say two triangles are congruent, but here this is not the case, okay. So I will recommend you to construct some triangles, okay, and see whether this on this measurement two triangles are being congruent or not, okay. तो ये तुम्हारे लिए this is homework for you कि make two triangles with this measurements, with these measurements you make two triangles at home, and you will see that these two triangles will not coincide on one another, okay. Another rule for congruency is that the two triangles must coincide, okay. Congruency means what, the two triangles will exactly equal. Here the two triangles will not coincide, so this rule is, we can say, side angle. Here it is side, it's a side angle. Now side angle congruency rule is not effective, or is not holds good, okay. So we can't say there is a congruency rule that is side angle, okay. This will not be correct, but side angle side is the axiom 7.1. So this is a proper congruency rule. Now we will move to another part. Yes, this is what is here. Side angle side congruency rule holds, that is what axiom 7.1. But angle side or side angle rule does not holds good. Okay, this is wrong. This only holds. Okay, so side is correct and angle side or side angle is not correct. This rule will not hold. So we'll move to another part now. Okay, there is a nice theorem. We will discuss the theorem here. Theorem, as you know, theorems are need to be proved. Okay, so we'll prove this theorem. Theorem 7.1, angle side angle congruency rule. Two triangles are congruent if two angles and the included side of one triangle are equal to two angles and the included side of other triangle. Try to understand it. Two triangles are congruent. We have to prove it. If two triangles are congruent, if, what is the condition? If two angles and included side, okay, that means you see, I will draw a triangle and the triangle, two angles and included side, two angles, one angle, another angle, two angles are equal and included side. If this type of condition arises, then two triangles will be congruent and the rule will be angle side angle, angle side angle. Okay, so the figure is here. Here it is. ABC triangle and DEF triangle we have taken. What is given to us? Given is, we'll write the given first. In two triangles you can write, in two triangles ABC and triangle DEF. What is given? Angle B equal to angle E. This is given to us. And what is given? BC equal to EF. BC equal to EF. Angle C equal to angle F. Please write the given part. Okay. Now given is complete. After given, what we need to prove? To prove, we have to see one thing. Okay, let's move to the question. To prove, here two triangles are congruent. So this is what we need to prove. Two triangles will be congruent. If, then what is if means that is given to us. So we have to prove that. To prove, we here have written, to prove, we need to prove that triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF. This is what we need to prove. Okay, then after writing given and to prove, we will move to the proof section. Let's move to the proof section. Here it is. Okay, see, there are two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle DEF. Okay, here some case may arise. Okay, first case, suppose we will consider, say, AB is a side and DE is a side. What may happen? AB may be AB equal to D. It may be one case, first case. Okay, second case may what? AB may be greater than D. Okay, na? Two sides, we have taken two sides. Two sides may be equal, one side may be equal or the other side may be equal. Three condition will arise, three situation will arise. That means एक तो AB and DU will be equal, और AB बड़ा हो जाएगा किससे? D से, नहीं तो AB छोटा हो जाएगा D से. So first condition will be AB equal to D. Second condition will be what? AB will be greater than D, and the third condition will be AB will be less than D. Okay, three condition will arise. So we will move one by one. First condition, second condition, third condition. Let's try the first condition. Then we'll look at the second and third condition. So first condition is case 1. We'll write case 1. Let AB equal to D. Okay, very nice, very easy and very nice assumption. And just look at it. Let AB equal to D. First we will consider AB equal to D. Now in between two triangle, which triangle? Triangle ABC and triangle DEF. What you see? We have assumed that AB equal to D. Therefore AB equal to D. First we have assumed. Okay. The reason is, our assumption is this. Now it is given to us angle B equal to angle E. Angle B equal to angle E. It is given to us. Okay. And angle C equal to angle F. Okay. We will not take this angle. We will take this. BC equal to EF. BC equal to EF. This is also given to us. Okay. Now what you see? AB equal to D, B equal to angle B equal to angle E, and BC equal to EF. That means two sides and angle in between or included is equal to corresponding two sides and angle included of another triangle. So what is this theorem? This axiom. This is axiom 7.1 or side angle side angle side axiom. Okay na? So we can say triangle ABC will be congruent to triangle DEF. Under which congruency rule? Side angle side. So we have written triangle ABC congruent triangle DEF side angle side rule. This much. Now we will move to the next phase or next case. First case we had assume AB equal to D. Second case was what? AB will be greater than D. Okay. AB बड़ा हो जाएगा D से. Let's try that. Okay, here is the second case. Let if possible AB greater than D. AB D से बड़ा. AB is greater than D. So we can take a point P. If AB is greater, AB बड़ा चाहिए. AB is greater than D. Then we will take a point P on AB, right? Such that BP, this length of BP, okay, will be equal to D. Okay, na? As we have assumed AB is greater, that means there is somewhere a point P such that BP will be equal to D. Okay, na? That is what we are going to do. So we can take a point P on AB such that BP equal to D. Look at the figure. So now BP equals to D. Okay. Now we will consider in between triangle PBC, this triangle, and triangle DEF. Okay. In between triangle PBC and DEF, what we will see? Look at it. PB, this side, equal to D. PB equal to D. We have constructed it by construction. Angle B equal to angle E. Angle B equal to angle E. Why? It is given to us. Given. And BC equal to EF. BC equal to EF. This is also given to us. Now you look at the figure. BP equal to D. Angle B equal to angle E. BC equal to EF. Therefore, side angle side. Here side angle side. There means two sides and angle in between or included angle. Two side and included angle are equal in two triangles. Therefore, we can say PBC triangle. Triangle PBC will congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, na? Okay, now what we have got? Triangle PBC. This triangle I am drawing it, and triangle DEF are equal, but therefore we can say so angle PCB. Here we can show angle PCB. Look at the figure. Where is it? PCB angle. Here this angle. This angle na PCB. So angle PCB will be equal to what? DFE. Why? Why? CPCT corresponding part of congruent triangle CPCT. Okay, because these two triangles are congruent, therefore their corresponding parts are equal. We write it short CPCT corresponding. Write it CPCT. This is what you are going to use very often. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Okay na? CPCT. So now what you see, PCB angle is equal to DFE angle, but it was given that angle ACB was equal to what? Angle DFE. It was given to us angle ACB equal to angle DFE. Now you see here angle DFE was equal to angle PCB, and here angle DFE is equal to angle ACB. Okay, so angle PCB will be equal to angle ACB. Okay na? Now look at the figure. Where is PCB angle and where is ACB angle? PCB angle, okay, equal to ACB angle, big angle. Okay, is it possible? Okay, is it possible कि angle PCB will be equal to angle ACB? It's not possible. Okay, so you can write, so angle PCB equal to ACB, but it is only possible when, you say now when it is possible, only when A and P will coincide. Okay, only when P and A coincide, only when P and A will coincide. Okay, therefore P and A coincides. Okay, so P and A are 1 point, so you can write, so P and A are single 1 point. Okay, now therefore, or you can write, so if P and A are same point, so AB, FP and this is BP and AB are also same. If P point and A point are coinciding, therefore the lengths will also be same. So like you can write, therefore triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF. Okay, if these 2 points are same and this triangle is congruent to this triangle, therefore the big triangle will, as P and A are not different, they are same, therefore we can say instead of P we can write A. So before there was what, PBC triangle was congruent to DEF. Now there, instead of P we can write A. ABC will be congruent to DEF. So triangle ABC congruent to triangle DEF. Now the third case arises. So this is the completion of second case. Now we'll move to third case. Now what is the third case? Third case was AB will be less than D. Okay, AB small, D will be larger. Now in that case, we don't need to prove it again, as we have proved that when AB is greater than DE, in that case we have proved that P and A points are same. Okay, here similarly we can prove that AB, when AB is less than DE, in that case what we will do, AB chota. Okay, we don't need this now. If AB is small, then we can extend AB to up to points, suppose M. Okay, then we will draw what, CM. Now you try to congruent triangle MBC and triangle DEF, because MB is equal to DE and angle B is equal to angle E and BC is equal to EF, so that MBC triangle will be congruent to triangle DEF. Okay na? Same story again, MCB angle, so angle MCB will be equal to triangle F, angle F. Now before it was that angle F equal to angle C, but therefore M and A point will be coinciding. Okay. So in this way, in this similar manner, we can write. We don't need to prove case 3. Case 3 we will write case 3 in the same manner. We can prove that when AB is less than DE, okay, triangle ABC will also congruent to triangle DEF. Okay. So in third case we don't need to prove. Okay, this is what also same here it is written that if AB is less than D, we can also choose a point M on D such that M equal to AB. Just this is just what I told, and repeating the arguments of case 2 as we proved in case 2. Second case we can prove that AB equal to D, so triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So this is the proof of our another theorem, that is what? One second. This theorem is yes, angle side angle congruency rule. So we have proved it, angle side angle congruency rule. Now we will move to another. Yes, this one. So angle side angle we have now proved, and side angle side we have proved. Now another case arises when suppose two angles are equal. Okay, in a triangle, let's assume in these two triangles, two angles are equal. A, B, C. So suppose here M, N, O. Now angle B equal to angle N and angle A equal to angle M. Now you see, if two angles are equal, then definitely the third angle will also be equal. Why? Because sum of three angles is 180 na? And two angles are being equal, so third angle is bound to be equal. Okay, so if two angles are equal, then third angle will also be equal. Now in the case will arise, one second. So triangles are one pair of the corresponding. Okay, so a case when two triangles will be congruent if any two pair of angle and one side of the corresponding one pair of corresponding side are equal, then we can say two triangles are congruent. It will just show you in a figure. There is no figure, I have to draw a figure here. So let's take an example here. Suppose here in these two triangle, name it A, B, C, M, N, O. Two angles are equal. Angle B equal to angle N. Angle A equal to angle M. And angle side and BC side is equal to ON side. Okay. Now there is no such criteria ki angle side. Okay. Now as angle A equal to angle M. Okay. Angle B equal to angle N. So or therefore angle C must be equal to angle O, or you can write angle C equal to angle O. Now this angle C equal to angle O. Now you look at the figure. Here angle B equal to angle N, BC equal to NO, and C angle equal to O angle. Now angle side angle, isn't it? Therefore we can say if two angles and one side of one triangle is equal to corresponding two angles and one side, then two triangles will be congruent. Okay na? So we may call it a angle side congruency rule. This is a new concept for you. This was not in the class 8, I suppose. So this criteria is called angle side congruency rule. Now this is complete. example. You please go through all the examples. Exercise we will consider, we will try this exercise in the next class. So thank you for now. We'll try this exercise in the next class, but you try it at home. Okay, exercise 7.1, you try it at home. It will try this, it will not be completed because there are 5, 6, 7, 8 number of questions. It will not be completed in this class. You please try all the questions at home, and you just give me a list of the questions that you need me to solve, so that I will do them in the next class. Okay, thank you for now.